Blame yourself for not realizing your full potential sooner. In a world that often encourages us to point fingers, to externalize our struggles, and to find fault everywhere but within, there's a powerful, albeit uncomfortable, truth that often gets overlooked: the profound impact of personal responsibility. The title, Blame Yourself, might sound harsh, even counterintuitive to the modern narrative of self-compassion and understanding. But let's reframe it, not as an act of self-flagellation, but as an empowering call to ownership, an ownership of our choices, our reactions, and ultimately, our destiny. This isn't about wallowing in guilt or shame. It's about recognizing that within each of us lies an immense capacity for agency. When we truly blame ourselves, in a constructive sense, we are not condemning our past mistakes, but rather acknowledging our role in shaping our present and future. It's about stepping into the driver's seat of our lives, rather than remaining a passenger at the mercy of external forces. The illusion of external control. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our circumstances are entirely dictated by external factors. I didn't get that promotion because my boss plays favorites. I can't save money because the economy is bad. My relationship failed because they changed. While external factors undeniably exist and can influence our lives, attributing all outcomes solely to them strips us of our power. It fosters a victim mentality, leaving us feeling helpless and unable to affect change. When we constantly externalize blame, we surrender our ability to learn and adapt. If every setback is someone else's fault, then there's no incentive to examine our own strategies, habits, or perspectives. We become stagnant, repeating the same patterns and expecting different results, all while wondering why life isn't going our way. The liberating power of ownership. To blame yourself is to take a courageous step towards self-mastery. It means acknowledging that while you may not control every event that happens to you, you absolutely control your response to it. Consider these scenarios. Financial struggles. Instead of solely blaming the economy, blame yourself for not educating yourself more on personal finance, for not creating a budget, or for not seeking out new income streams. This shifts the focus from helplessness to actionable steps. Career stagnation. Instead of blaming a toxic workplace, blame yourself for not actively seeking new skills, networking, or exploring alternative career paths. This opens the door to proactive career development. Unhealthy habits. Instead of blaming genetics or lack of willpower, blame yourself for not prioritizing your health, for not setting clear boundaries with unhealthy temptations, or for not seeking support. This empowers you to make healthier choices. This form of self-blame is not about self-punishment, it's about self-correction. It's about recognizing the areas where you have the power to influence outcomes and then taking deliberate action. It's the moment you stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I do about this?" or "What could I have done differently?" From blame to blueprint, a path to growth. Embracing personal responsibility transforms blame into a blueprint for growth. Here's how. Self-reflection, not self-condemnation. Instead of dwelling on mistakes with regret, analyze them objectively. What was your role? What decisions led to this outcome? What could you have done differently? This is a learning exercise, not a judgment. Identify controllables, separate what you can control from what you cannot. Focus your energy exclusively on the aspects within your sphere of influence. You can't control the weather, but you can control whether you carry an umbrella. Action over apathy. Once you've identified your role and the controllables, devise a plan of action. This might involve acquiring new skills, changing habits, seeking advice, or altering your perspective. Embrace discomfort. Taking responsibility can be uncomfortable. It requires humility and a willingness to confront your own shortcomings. But it's in this discomfort that true growth resides. Forgive and move forward. Taking responsibility doesn't mean holding on to past mistakes forever. Acknowledge your part, learn the lesson, and then forgive yourself. Holding on to guilt only hinders future progress. The goal is to learn, not to suffer indefinitely. the ultimate freedom. Ultimately, blaming yourself, in this constructive way, is an act of profound self-liberation. It frees you from the shackles of victimhood and empowers you to become the architect of your own life. It shifts your mindset from passive recipient to active creator. When you take ownership, you realize that your future is not predetermined by external forces or past failures. It is a canvas waiting for you to paint it, a story waiting for you to write it. So, yes, blame yourself, but blame yourself for not recognizing your incredible power to shape your reality, for not learning from every experience, and for not stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be, sooner. The moment you do, the possibilities become limitless.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment and share. Thank you.